Welcome to Selling Nashville. Today, we're diving into the heart of Nashville's vibrant fashion scene. Join us as we uncover unique styles that define Nashville, from luxury jewelry to bespoke sequin suits. Let's go. Nashville is not just about music. It's a growing hub for fashion, home to designers who are crafting their own unique identities through their work. Our first stop today is the exquisite world of Vincent Peach. Come on in. So I'm here with Vincent Peach, jewelry designer to the stars. Thank you for having us today in your amazing boutique. We're so excited to be here.
Thank you for being here. We're really honored to have you here.
Awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about your history, how you got into the business and the creation of your brand, the Genesis.
Well, I grew up in the jewelry business. My family had a small chain of jewelry stores around the South. So I started early, becoming a jewelry designer, and I really enjoyed it, and it's something that I thrived in.
Now, I hear you have done a lot of work for Carrie Underwood. Tell us a little bit about that, if you can.
Yeah, no problem. So, we've done a lot of celebrities. Carrie Underwood was, we were so fortunate enough to get to do a lot of work for her. Her stylist, worked hand in hand with me with at the CMAs, where we've done a couple of her album covers.
Amazing.
And that kind of launched us into other celebrities, from Reba to Taylor to Miranda Lambert, Hardy, Jake Owens, you name it. We've done hundreds of them. So if we're going to be shopping, I feel like we should start off with this beautiful saltwater golden South Sea strand. This is an opulent strand, and golden pearls are also known as the most valuable pearls in the world.
Wow.
So here we are. These are going to be about 9 millimeters, and this is opulent, so you could actually triple that.
Okay.
That looks amazing with what you've got on.
These are incredible. So I hear that your father was a pioneer in the pearl industry, and you all have the largest collection of pearls in the United States.
That's correct. So my father he was the first person to culture pearls in the United States.
Interesting.
And after 50 years of being in the pearl business, eventually he's grown that business to the largest pearl collection in the US, housed in a 25,000 square foot building. So we have a lot of pearls to look at. We have got one thing really special I'm going to show you today. It's the largest abalone pearl in the world, and it's priceless.
Oh, wow. Oh, I can't wait to see it.
Okay,
Show us around. So we're here today with Andrew Clancy of Any Old Iron, and I just have to thank you for having us here in your shop today, and I'm so curious to hear about the genesis and the whole history behind your brand.
Well, thank you for coming, of course.
Yes.
So Any Old Iron was originally a store in New York, and I had it where I was just selling menswear I imported from the UK. And then we just was in New York for 5 years, and I kind of got burnt out with New York. And people, all the stylists kept coming in and saying, you should move to Nashville, because all the country artists, they don't want to look country anymore. They want to look a little bit more kind of
rock and roll,
more contemporary, red carpet. So we upped sick, put everything in a van, moved down to Nashville. Best decision we ever made, really.
Now the name, Any Old Iron, tell us about that. I read a little bit about on your website, but can you share with everybody kind of?
Yeah, so Any Old Iron is what they used to shout out the back of the carts for scrap metal, to pick up metal from different people back in the old school days. And my family business was a scrapyard, and I worked in the scrapyard for the first 10 years of leaving school. So I was kind of like, when I moved to New York, I was like, I want to have a little bit of an homage to the family business name.
For sure.
It's also an English musical song about looking dapper in a suit. So it was kind of like two different things, it all kind of melded together.
I love it. I love it. And so what is new on the horizon this spring for Any Old Iron? What do you have coming down the pike?
Well, so every season I try and do like a different theme. But this one's going to be called, it's kind of like weddings and funerals-esque. I make maybe 20 kind of wedding outfits, all black every year. So I'm like, let's give them something white, let's give them something a little traditional, but it's not so traditional.
Gotcha.
You'll see.
Do you have some of the pieces in store today that we can see?
I do, yeah. I have a few pieces, yeah.
Yeah, let's check it out.
All right.
And that wraps up our journey through Nashville's fashion scene. From pearls to sparkles, it's clear that Nashville's creative spirit is not just heard, but worn. Thank you for joining me. I'm Ashley Luther, your host of Selling Nashville.